Today I'm sorting socks and talking about adventure. It's only fitting that you see me here at my house doing a chore that I don't really enjoy, and also enjoying the beautiful artwork that my children have painted on my kitchen walls. But here I am doing something so boring and so mundane as sorting socks. Because while my life looks very adventurous on social media and right here on YouTube, 80% of my time is actually spent right here in my kitchen. Cooking meals, cleaning up after meals, folding laundry, and doing a bunch of very lame, very boring tasks. A few weeks ago I got a question, and that question was all about how to make time for hiking and getting outside and outdoor adventure and adventure travel. And the truth is that getting outside is a lot like sorting socks. If you don't make time for it, it just doesn't happen. And then when it does happen, it's chaotic and overwhelming and stressful. If you want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro and you don't block 10 days off of your schedule, that climb is just not going to happen. If you want to go rafting in Costa Rica, but your schedule fills up with other things, then that adventure is just not going to happen. If you don't put time on your schedule to sort all of the socks that don't have a friend, then your sock basket is going to look like mine. So here's how I make time for adventures and for adventure travel. First, I've come to accept the fact that I have a restless soul, and this is something that I fought for years and years and years. This means if there's not an adventure planned, if I don't have an adventure on my calendar, I start to feel really restless. I start to feel really uneasy, and I start to feel like I don't have anything to look forward to. If you're watching this video, you're probably like me, and you need to have something to look forward to. I used to think this was a problem, but it's not. It's really just who I am. Next, after cancer, I was really hit with the realization that we don't know what the future holds. Because of this, creating memories and going on big adventures really became one of my core values as a person. And I didn't think that adventure could be a value. I always thought of things like honesty and integrity, but I think that adventure can be a personal value. And if you're like me and you really value those experiences that you have when you're experiencing a different culture, different customs, stretching yourself, pushing yourself, then I think it's okay to give yourself permission to make adventure one of your personal values and maybe even one of your family values. I think that for me personally, adventure is one of my values because when I'm 100 years old and too sick or too old or too tired to go on big adventures anymore, I don't want to look back at my life and think, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have had the courage to do that. I wish I would have saved money so I could have done that. I don't want to have any regrets. I just want to be able to look back at old pictures and videos and be reminded of all the good times that I had and all the big adventures that I went on. I also want my children to look at all of those old pictures and videos. I want them to know that they can go anywhere and they can experience anything, and that the world is just one big gigantic place and they're just a small little piece of it. In a way, it's giving them permission to dream big because they've seen me do it. And if our kids only see adults that are overwhelmed and tired and working in jobs that they hate for bosses that they don't like and leaving these unfulfilled, unsatisfied lives, then what are they learning? They're learning that when you grow up and become an adult and start doing all the old adult things, you're supposed to be miserable and depressed and sad and broke. They're learning that life sucks until you can retire. And then once you retire, you can hope that you're healthy enough to finally go on those adventures. That does not align with my values, and I simply don't believe that to be the case. What kind of life is that? And wow, did I just go down a rabbit hole. That's what happens when you come to my kitchen. And finally, the final thing that I do to make sure that adventure becomes a priority is I keep a rolling calendar on my wall. Keeping this big calendar on my wall allows me to have this visual image of when my next big adventure is. And it gives me something to look forward to. I think the dog ate this sock. But really making time for adventures, and figuring out what works for your schedule and for your budget is a lot like sorting socks. Or maybe it's more like putting the pieces of a puzzle together. Our lives are like puzzles with various pieces representing different aspects of our life. Work, family, relationships, health, and adventure is a crucial part of that puzzle. It's one part that completes the picture and brings a sense of wholeness into our lives. So grab a calendar and put an adventure on it. It doesn't have to be a big adventure like Kilimanjaro. It can be a smaller adventure. Maybe it's just a family camping trip over Memorial Day weekend. That totally counts. But maybe it is an adventure with me, and if you do go on an adventure with me, that's like 5 extra bonus points. Make adventure a priority, make it non-negotiable, and start from there. Then go watch this video while you're sorting socks because YouTube thinks you're gonna like it, and so do I.